Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm late. I apologize. It's my moving really slow, not feeling good. Um, Getting things ready that I didn't have ready for the stream, like the fiber. And, this is back to all I want to do is spin. I don't want to do all this stuff, but I really like streaming, and it's only 2 times a week. It's no big deal. I don't know what my problem is today, except, like I said, just not feeling on top of my game today at all. I have some gorgeous Shetland that I dyed. It is a deep dark blue. Look at that camera picking that up. It loves it. And I have 2 balls like this because I entered it in fair. So I put one out and 7 bats. So I split a bat, and I'm going to try and get all of 3.5 bats and 1 of ball of fiber on this Roberta bobbin. If I don't, it's okay. I have other bobbins. I have no idea how it's going to spin. It's Shetland. It should spin pretty thin and not puff up, but you never know. It's nice and soft in a Shetland way, right? It's not merino soft. It's got that kind of slick feel to it. Not slippery. It's not slippery like bamboo and all that, but it has kind of a slickness to the way it feels when you rub your hand down the bat or down the strip of fiber. So, happy Sunday afternoon. Hope you are having a good day. It is, oh, hey, I have to plug this in. It won't work otherwise. I've been using my treadle and I forgot I have to plug it in. So, let me get this one thing unplugged, which is, hopefully I don't need, it's my heater. And, where'd my plug go? Here it is. Run this around back. Here, around the back. There we go. Now we can reach my plug. Okay. I don't think I undid my mic anyway, but I'm going to wiggle it just to be sure. Looks like it's bouncing around, like the mic is doing good. Camera looks pretty good. I think we're ready to go. Now, I wasn't before. Don't know how this Roberta, it's set too fast because I was flying originally. Also, this is, even though it's in strips, it's a bat, so it's going to want to spin woolen. It doesn't want me to straighten it too much or squish it down too much. It wants me just to pull it out and let it twist run into it all the way up to the source of the fiber. That's what makes it woolen. I see now you cannot see anything at all against my black pants. So, let me get my white towel, which will help. Put it down. Get the camera about like that. Hello, Pokemon. I don't want you. There we go. So, I still have my cold. I'm, you know, everybody says, oh, it's allergies. But it's in my lungs, so I cough occasionally, and especially if I'm talking too much, like a stream. Um, it is a very high allergen time of the year, so it's possible that is part of it. But I have been sick since Christmas, since after Christmas, and kind of makes me weary and tired, and sometimes I wonder if I got long COVID. I never tested. I figured there's nothing to do for that anyway. I am not having trouble getting out of bed doing things. I can be active, right? It's more of a, I don't want to be active any more than I usually do in the wintertime because of the cold and just general, sometimes early darkness. We're getting a little better change as far as the light. I still get up my same time, around 7:30, and sleeping fine. So I'm just gonna have to give it. I'm just gonna give it some time. I cannot explain why my lungs won't clear. It isn't my lungs so much as my nose, my sinuses. They are just continually clogged. So but I had a very lovely day yesterday. Morning brunch time, around lunchtime, I took my daughter for brunch to celebrate her birthday. Really good food. Had pancakes that were topped with strawberries and lemon curd. Oh, man. And the lemon was in the pancakes, too. It was so good. And then a hash. We each got a plate and shared half and half. But there was a vegetable hash, and it was delicious with perfectly cooked egg, over and firm but not overcooked. Very good. It was really good. And I had good talk with her. It was just her and me. That's one of the best times ever. We so seldom get it with her having a son and busy work, and it was really nice. And then I came home, did nothing. Um, been reading a lot. I started a big mystery omnibus, and the first story is by Raymond Chandler, and I got curious, and I looked at the copyrights of the stories that are in there. The latest copyright was 1967. The earliest was in the 30s. It was really, really neat to see that these are like, really good, old, been around forever mystery novels put together in an omnibus. Some are called novelettes, some are called stories, right? Where they would have published them in the Astounding magazine, or other science fiction or mystery, not science fiction, mystery magazines. So I'm enjoying that. I really am. Hubby thinks that a 970-page book is just impossible to read, but I'm already on page 100, so it's not going to be a slow read. It's going to be a pretty fast read. Alright, I don't know if anybody has joined me, but we are going to have an ad break. just around 4 minutes from now. So you've had your little warning. Go get something to drink. Maybe it's lunchtime. Hubby fried bacon and eggs, so I've had breakfast twice this weekend. But the house smells like bacon. Now, it could be a lot worse, right? But it's so lingering. It's just like the whole house smells like bacon. Especially if you go outside and come in, which we did. We went to buy lottery tickets. The $1 billion lottery. Hoo-wee. Anyway, we bought some tickets. And I started again uploading past streams. They go to my YouTube channel, which is under LUSI 222. I was Lucy in days gone by, and that channel is, I said YouTube. Do I mean YouTube? What do I mean? Let me double check here real quick. It is YouTube. Yeah, it is. Your videos. Yep. So, anyway, I didn't get very far. Because we went off and got the ticket, and I got something to eat, and on and on. But, the 2023s that I could upload are all uploaded. So I'm just now starting on 2024. I missed all of January 2024. Twitch didn't hold them long enough for me to get to them. And then February, I had some streams, and then the end of February through March 6th, we went on vacation. So there's a limited number of streams. Should be a fairly regular schedule now. We are not traveling. Really. At this point, I don't think we'll be traveling until fall. Excuse me. I am not happy with how this is filling the bobbin. It jumped forward a lot. Ad starts. 10, 9, 8, 7. Here we go. Hi, knitter. You're on the deck working with two-color hand-spun beret. Ooh, nice. Oh, you must be having lovely sunshine then if you're on the deck. That's good. Well, I used to have a countdown that would tell me the ads are over. Countdown isn't up there right now. There we go. Now it's telling me. Can see the nips a little bit that I'm getting with this Shetland. You can see the little bumps going in on the single. Unfortunately, that's the problem with drum carded fiber. Ad is ending. Alright, if you were in ads, hopefully they are over for you. It says so that for me. Knitter, it's good to see you. I hope that you are having a wonderful, relaxing Sunday. It sounds like it. Sitting on a deck and knitting is always a wonderful thing. The only thing that's maybe a little bit better is sitting on a friend's deck with them. I think that is always something I've really liked, when I can get together with somebody else and spend time crafting while we talk. So as I was saying, this is Shetland. It's from a long ago dye project when I dyed 3 different colors of blues. I called it the Blues Study. This is the darkest. It is a wonderfully dark blue. I love it. I'll just make a 2-ply with itself because I want to keep the colors, the separate colors, for whatever I make. Bats always look like you're going to get a lot of yarn out of it, but the truth is, they're so fluffy, really you don't. Alright. to save some of this. I think I have already, but while I'm thinking about it, post those. That little bit had a couple nips in there. Might as well not use it. You bought a small bat and all you got was a pot holder, but it was beautiful. Yep. Yeah, they fool you, don't they? You don't get that much yarn. I had a total of, each of my bats run about 3/4 of an ounce. And I had, hang on here, 4.5. I think I had about a total of 12 ounces. I have some as bats and some I had already balled up to enter the state fair. This is fiber I did enter in the state fair. It was under, not that I needed it in the bats, it was under fiber you've dyed. So I entered a basket of the 3 different shades of blue as dyed fiber. And I put it into, stretched it out and put it into a ball like that. And there was dark, medium, and light colors. Got first place on it, but that was a number of years ago. And for some reason, I just never got around to, there was always projects that took more preference, and I never got around to finishing spinning it. I have spun all of the very light blue, but I have the medium and the dark yet to spin. That was the year of the Shetland. Almost every single thing I did involved Shetland fiber. This would have been originally white Shetland that I bought as a fleece. Then washed it, and then dyed the fiber after I picked it open in 3 different colors, and then after that dried good, probably quite a bit longer, but I did the drum carding on it. I don't know how long I'll last on this stream, partially because of the coughing and partially because my knee is really bothering me. Yesterday was worse. It's better today, but I don't want to get it aggravated. It's my right knee. As always, it's always that knee. Don't know why. I never have figured out. I just wake up with the muscle cramps around the knee, and it doesn't happen very often. Just every couple months it'll happen, and I don't know why. I have no idea. But I have muscle relaxer meds, and they work. They do good. I know that 2 days ago, the night before 2 days ago, Newman was sleeping on the bed and he would not, he just was in a terrible place and wouldn't move. He just refused to move. And I think I probably just was sleeping in a weird position to accommodate him. He's so funny. He also, I have a recliner, and I'll get in the recliner, I'll cover up with a blanket, and he waits. I mean, he waits and lets me get the blanket on and everything. And then he hops up in my lap, and he'll start up by my tummy, laying there. And then he starts stretching out, and he starts going down my legs, between my two legs, and, it's a little bit downhill, and so he just keeps sliding further and further down until his head is finally by my toes. Well, it's kind of uncomfortable on my legs, so I'll pick him up and bring him back up on my lap, and he'll look at me, and he'll huff, and then he'll lay down, stretch out, and practically get down to the same spot, because that's where it was warm, right? So anyway, I put up with it as much as I can. I got a mute in Wednesday's stream. I don't think I don't think it's something I said. It was on for about 3 minutes, which is the course of one song, but I have not had a mute for a long time due to the music. As you can tell, the music is so generic that it just never triggers Twitch's software that goes through and mutes you. But I got one last week. On Wednesday. It's like, well, darn. Makes me mad. I know it's no big deal. I don't hear many of the few streams I listen to ever have mutes, though. So maybe they don't publish them, or I don't know. I usually listen to them, I'm sure, while they're still on Twitch. I don't really have anybody that I go to a stored source of their streams. I have a cough drop here, and I am going to put that in my mouth. Maybe it'll keep me from this tickle that I got in my throat. Well, I've pretty much decided I'm not going to Fiber Fair in first part of April. It's in Greek Castle, Indiana. I would love to, but I'm not going to vend, and I just can't justify buying more stuff. And we can't do it in a day. It's just too far, and we have to stay overnight. And we have an overnight planned for my birthday, which is the 1st of May. So we're already going to have kind of an expensive weekend from that. And I said, you know, I'm fine with not going. I had talked to a friend about driving. I talked to my daughter, and neither one of them can do it. So to make myself feel a little better, came up with an idea today, because I have this great big green Rubbermaid tote. Here, I'll move the camera. Right there, as you can see, I've got my fiber sitting on top of it. Okay, so it has this other half of this dark blue and all of the medium in there, and it's going to spin up pretty fast, so I'm going to concentrate on getting it spun by the 1st of April. And then I'm going to take this empty tote and go upstairs and fill it up with fiber to be spun. Be kind of like shopping. That's the plan, anyway. Then I'll have a whole bunch of new stuff to work on for the summer. And I haven't actually talked to the vendors, but I'm hoping to sell yarn again in September, around the 20th, in their tent, when they vend at Jersey's Dairy Fiber Festival. That's in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So yeah, I need to make yarn, get yarn ready. So I have yarn left over from last year. I'm going to be real picky about what I put back in again. I don't know if that people would remember, but I want to make sure. There's a reason it got passed over, you know, at the first time I tried to sell it. So I want to either double check the price or the way it's presented, whether it needs to be maybe packaged into a kit, or I have been thinking about making hand spun beanie, or not beanie hats, but watch caps, scarves, and mittens. No gloves, but mittens. Something that is hand spun is just beautiful for, right? Especially if it's a really nice, softer yarn, which Polworth is. I use that a lot. Blueface Leicester is. I use that a lot. Shetland can be good for the mittens. Might not be as good for the scarf. But yeah, I can do some fast knit projects and have that available too. So I felt a little better about not going to the Fiber Fair, even though I love them. I don't know what it is. I've always said it's the fumes, right? The yarn fumes. I'm addicted to it. It really is. It raises my spirits. It makes me feel like I'm not part of a dying art. Not just the spinning, but in general, the hand-dyed. So much of it being non-commercial, big box fibers, right? It's all your indie people, fibers and dyers and knitters and sheep raisers and Angora rabbits and the whole thing, right? I just love being in that environment. I found a website that had, I think it was a blog, but it had all the 2024 fiber fairs listed across the country. It's a lot. December 2024 is the only month that they didn't list any in. Of course, that's most of them are way too far away for me. And I didn't really find any I didn't know about that I could go to, with the exception maybe down south of me. Actually, not south of me so much as southwest, Arkansas, or St. Louis, Arkansas, some of that area. It's kind of a messy bat. It's not real blended very well. It's not real blended. I did only card these bats once. I did not recard them. The ones I submitted to the fair, I did. So I might have had some of those that I was using first and comparing to here. These aren't as well carded. have something interesting to talk about. I went to dinner with my hubby. Let's see, when was this? It was like Thursday. We went into Big Town and we were running some errands, and I said, I want to eat at a Chinese restaurant that we haven't been to for years, literally years. Hang on. It is called August Moon, and this is, I'm sure there's other cities that have August Moons, and I don't know if it really is syndicated or if it's just a common Chinese name, but this one in our town has been around for a long time, and like I said, we had not been there for a long time. So we got there just about right after they opened, and it was pretty much empty. Had no lunch menu per se, right? They just had their regular menu, and they had fried rice, chicken fried rice, which hubby loves, and they had a chicken, shrimp and snow peas, and I got it with white rice. That's what I ordered, shrimp and snow peas. So I'm eating it, and it's etc. on the Chinese vegetables, and I'm seeing water chestnuts and snow peas, of course, and some of the bok choy, and just a general good selection. But there was a kind of something that was unusually shaped, right? It was a little bit yellowish, not white, and it would have a chunk like this, and along this one side it looked like it had been scalloped. It was go in, go out, go in, go out, go in, so that it looked like if you held it up, it kind of looked like a gigantic teeth of combs, right? It just had these things with where it had been cut out by the circles. So I took a picture of it, and later on, my daughter, who is a foodie and has had lots of Oriental food experience from eating it and working with it, I said, what is this? I said, I don't think this is bamboo shoot. I said, the waiter said, and I asked the waiter if it was bamboo shoot, and he said yes. I said, but I don't think he's right, because it doesn't really look like any bamboo shoot I've ever had. Well, she told me it was lotus, not the root, lotus stem. And so it's kind of like bamboo shoot in a way, right? But it's lotus. And I looked it up on Google, and there it was, part of Chinese food and everything. I have never had it before. It has a little bit of unusual texture to it. You think it's going to be like squash, and it's not that. It's a little firmer than that, and it has kind of a edge on the edge. It kind of has a peel that's either, if you're going to eat it, it's either tougher or you just don't eat it. But I was like, this is so cool. I think I posted it in my Discord. That was such good shrimp. Oh, that is the other funny part. Okay, so I'm very used to having shells on the very end of the tail and leaving those, just eating down to that. And I ate pretty far down and didn't run into any shells, but it kind of looked like on the last quarter-inch tip, like maybe there was shell there. So I had those little bits laying along the edge of my plate when the waiter came over, and he was looking at what I was asking was what the lotus was, and then he said, "Why don't you eat those?" I said, "Well, I figured they had shell." "Oh, no, no, no." He says, "You can eat the entire thing." He says, "We get every bit of shell off." Well, he was right. He was right, because I still had shrimp left, right, and I went ahead and ate those. I wasn't going to have him come back and see that I didn't eat them. But yeah, he says, "We take every bit of shell off." He was right. They do. They were good shrimp. And it had a white sauce. So I was discussing that with my daughter. I said, "I don't know what the sauce was." I said, "It just had the flavor of all of the food." And she said, "I think your meal was not stir-fried, but boiled. And they used the stock from that and just add cornstarch." So it was definitely a white sauce. And it matched, they probably boiled the shrimp. She said it could be just the shrimp water that they boiled the shrimp in. But she's also thinking that a lot of the vegetables were boiled instead of stir-fried. I'm so used to thinking everything is stir-fried, in the Oriental world. And it isn't necessarily. I'm going to take a stretch break after this little piece. I have the ball of fiber that I pulled into roving, and I have a bat left. So far, my knee is feeling pretty good. My 10 a.m. appointment tomorrow. It is so hard for me to get out of the house that early. Oh, I did, Knitter. We did that too on Thursday. Yep, I did. I saw it, and it makes me want to read the series again. And then, so I looked that up, and I found out there's way more books than I ever read to begin with in the series. I mean, oh my gosh, there's a lot of books that have been written in the Dune world, right? But they weren't all by Herbert. Um, and I want to read the Frank Herbert books first. And so I got to find out what I have upstairs. I'm almost positive there's a slight possibility My first husband got them, which means my daughter may have them. I don't know. To ask her, because that was her dad. Because they're expensive to buy. Even in the mass marketing paperback, which I don't like to read those tiny paperbacks. I get so tired of holding them. I have a lot of Audible credits. And I thought about that. Audible did I was going to cancel. And they came along and they said, you know, we really don't want you to cancel. And we got a deal for you. If you pay this amount, and I think it was $60, we're going to give you 15 credits. I was like, well, I can't pass that up. That's a lot of books, you know? So I didn't. They got what they wanted. I stayed with Audible. But it takes me forever to listen to the story, even you know, if I listen to it in the car or whatever. We don't drive very much, you know, or have long trips, maybe a couple times a year. Hubby has a TV on all the time, so I have to put headphones on or go to a different room to listen to it. I listen to it before I go to bed through the Echo, but I fall asleep. It puts me to sleep every time, and I don't get it stopped, and then I have to back it up, and that's the worst time ever for me to try and listen to a book. Reading is a little different because once I fall asleep, the book just closes or whatever, but I can't sit up in bed anymore, so reading's not real comfortable either. I have to lay on my side and hold the book. I have a lot of I can'ts, and it sounds very negative and very discouraging, and I'm right at this point in my life, I'm feeling like I am having so much difficulty doing just routine daily things that it's like I can't be that old yet. You know, I shouldn't be feeling this. This shouldn't be happening. But it just seems like I am constantly changing how I do things because I cannot do it the way I used to anymore. Spinning has not changed. Whoops. What happened here? I think something happened. Because it's not pulling in. There it goes. Spinning has not changed. I can say that. Neither has knitting. I'm still an extremely slow knitter. You can relate to that? Thank you. I appreciate that. I am not aging gracefully. They say you should age gracefully, and I am not aging gracefully. In fact, I thought about starting a blog called This Is Me Aging Not So Gracefully. But I don't even want to take the time to write anymore. Man, I used to write every day. Blogs and journals, and I don't do that anymore. Except when we travel. I keep a journal when we travel. Oh, you bought erasable pens and you can't find them anymore? Huh. I got them through Amazon, I think. Uh-oh, I said that word. That that's what I said right before they muted me on the other stream. I hope that's not a no-no word. No, you know what? I think I got them at Office Depot at the store. But Office Depot has a online store and shipping. I had trouble with those when I was writing on the tags. They are not waterproof. And so, the tags the things that the bands that I put on my handspun yarn. Oh, you can't find them at home. Oh, oh, knitter. I've done that. Now, see, I can relate to that. Big time. Oh, dear. They'll show up, I know. Don't you hate it when somebody says that? I want them now. I don't want them to show up. I want them now. Oh. Huh. Do my music? Yes, my music stopped. Let's go find another one. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Oh, I have two things open. No, it didn't. It's almost though. It's going to start. This is this last song. I just picked an hour-long one because I thought I might not stream this longer than that. Oh, what a pretty butterfly. Wonder if I can catch that. Oops. He'll probably say no because I haven't done any of the others. So one word? Yeah. Alright, let's get some other music here. Let's see. No, didn't get it. When we came out of Dune, the first thing I did was look up to see if they were going to do a second one. Um, it's a possibly, but it doesn't sound real. You know, I'm sure they're waiting to see what they make out of these two. And really, I think they only used the first book in the series for the two movies. I will say, hubby didn't fall asleep in this movie. It's not that it's real action packed, but you know, like, oh, what movies did he like lately? Oh, the fighter jet one. Gosh, I can't think of it right now. I have to see it last summer. Anyway, he stayed awake in this one. And that's really full of nuts. I'm going to keep that as... Ooh, that's saving the what I drafted out for last. I don't know, maybe I'll put the 2 balls of that on a separate 2 bobbins, since I know it's been carded more. We should be getting ads here pretty soon. May not even warn me. See, messy, messy. Lots of nips. that'll be over in a minute. One of the things I was so disappointed about is the stream broke for me at February 1st. And that was right, had the 12 days of crafting had started. You know how there's 12 days of Christmas, and they were doing 12 days of crafting for something. I don't know what. And I thought, well, I'm just going to do it too, but it wasn't that I reported anything or did it. But anyway, I only got 3 of those streams. I was streaming every day for 12 days, and I only got 3 of those streams. No, 5. I got through day 5, but I lost the rest. I probably stopped. I didn't lose them. I probably stopped streaming because it was broken. It turned out, I think it was trying to use the 2 cameras, one for my face and one for the fiber. That always worked before, but it didn't. I haven't tried it again. At some point in time I will. But, you know, I haven't bothered trying to set the other camera up again. Because if it was something Twitch did, or Streamlabs did, it could be that they fixed it. So, I don't know. Oh, I'm getting cold. Furnace is not running at all. It's a bright, sunshiny day. That sunshine comes in. It shines on the thermostat. I should close the drapes, but the house isn't that cold. I'm just sitting still. looking good. I think this whole thing was pulled from one bat, right? Through a Diz. I pulled it through a Diz. I should do that all the time, because it gets out a lot of those depths. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Supposedly, once I do that, pull that through the Diz like that, I'm no longer making a woolen, I am making a semi-woolen, because it straightens the fibers, but not enough for it to be called top. Hubby said, and they did not show this or anything when we were at the theater, but he said that the AMC theaters, or Cinemarks, I guess it's Cinemarks, is going to be showing the Olympics live. It's what he heard. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm also not sure. I need to look ahead and see what channels the Olympics will probably be on, because I may not be able to get the Olympics this year. If they're doing crazy things like putting them in the movie theaters, I can't imagine going every day to watch the Olympics. I mean, how are they going to charge for that? Besides, I like to record them and watch them, you know, way past when they're over, because it takes me a while to watch all-day coverages. It's kind of like the Tour de France. Although they've gotten those shorter and it's gotten easier to watch them on the day they're on for me. Okay, my knee's starting to hurt a little bit. Let's see if I can get a better position here. I hope I can get this all on this bobbin. Getting pretty packed. Getting pretty full there. See kitty feet under the door. He's looking for me. Boy, this spin's nice. actually, I am going to stop and see if there's somebody to raid, and that I can sit here for another 15 minutes and finish up this fiber while we're at the raid stream. So, let me stop the music. And I need to see. Go back to Twitch. Here we go. Esther Canuck is my favorite. He's doing Legos. Supreme Doom is playing. Morgana Faye doesn't say. Deliria crafting. Science. Amazonian is always magic. Cute. Avalanche has been cute kittens. Cross Stitch Woman's doing a 3-year stream anniversary. She may not be on long. She's been on for a while. Mech Form is new to me. Abaja. Oh, Snowy Sunday. Sewing a bucket hat. You're a nerdy girl. Animal Crossing. Zombie Cleo. Gas Station Simulation. Sip and Stitch Sunday. Let's see what Sam Bartley has for Stitch and Sip. Won't know. Alright, she's new to me. Why do I have a closed captioning screen in the way here? Give me an X. I can't X it out. Oh, and you know what? I cannot plug in I can't plug in my mic to speak and my headphone to listen. I have one plug. I didn't realize it when I bought them. Alright. We are going to raid the Sam Bartley. If I remember how. Let me make sure I'm smelling it right. Looks like it. Alright. I am going to say adios, and I'll be back on Wednesday evening, as far as I know, and I will be spinning, or I don't know what I'll be doing. Everybody take care. Thanks for hanging around so much, Knitter. I really have appreciated your company, and I hope that you all have a good start to the week. Stay healthy, happy, and take care. Talk to you later. Bye. I'm going to raid, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Or close the stream. Didn't work. Okay. That's not the command then. Should be. No, I think it's this. Invalid username. Okay. It's all one word. Alright. Can tell I don't do this very often. There we go. Alright. See y'all. Take care. And I gotta plug in, say goodbye, and plug in.